the main takeaway that I've had from the Equiband in my second year. That's where this hindsight is 2020, 2 years later video is coming into play. But what this tool gave me an opportunity to do was change the conversation with my horse. I don't really have bad things to say about the Equiband, but there are some things that everybody who's just getting started with it should really know. And so hashtag Team Fuego. So I am making this video in kind of a mini series of itself of me reviewing the Equiband. So I will link to both review number 1 and review number 2. So review number 1 was while I was in the thick of things, using it pretty much 3 times a week. Review number 2 was on my anniversary of using it, and now this third review is my second year. So I wanted to make this video because I can now add so much more hindsight knowledge to what I'm talking about. So if you haven't watched the other videos, they're going to be linked everywhere. If you also so if you want to find out more about the Equiband, if you want to access all the free trainings that I've created, even if you want to work with me with the paid training, I built a hashtag Team Fuego membership site. So all of the information that you could ever possibly want about the Equiband is in this membership site. For free, most of it. like 80% of the membership site is free. So with that being said, though, I wanted to go ahead and record this third part of this just overall Equiband review and hindsight information about it, because for one, when I first got started using the Equiband, there was zero information online. I'm pretty sure I can thank myself for most of the Equiband trainings that are on the internet nowadays. Number 2 was, what I know now is immensely valuable to what I didn't, compared to what I didn't know then. Now, I ended up in a great situation afterward, and if you've watched any of my other reviews, I don't really have bad things to say about the Equiband, but there are some things that everybody who's just getting started with it should really know. And so these are going to be the top 3 things that were my key takeaways from using the Equiband. So, key number 1 is that it's just a tool. My horse trainer loves to tease me about this because I give the Equiband so much credit. I really, really do. I really do. I give it so much credit because I feel like what it did was I was spending a lot of time and energy and effort let's say that if 100% of your bandwidth when you're riding is you maintaining whatever you're trying to do, I was at least spending 75% of my time just trying to keep the horse straight, right? Like, most of my effort went to trying to keep the horse straight. So the Equiband, though, would keep my horse straight for me. So for me specifically, when I used the Equiband, it took out it basically took over 75% of what I had been saying every single stride and gave me an opportunity to say something else. So if your horse struggles with straightness, if your horse struggles with using their butt, if your horse struggles with lifting up through their midsection or their abs, this is a tool that is going to help compensate for you asking your horse to do these things. Basically, it's going to ask your horse to do them for you. So I did make a reaction video of a before and after for watching my horse's straightness in the butt. It's pretty darn clear that the horse is totally different in terms of straightness. But my horse trainer does tease me because it is just a tool. She tends to give me the credit. I'm giving the credit to the Equiband. She's trying to give me the credit. Now, because what she was saying was that the tool can't replace good riding. And that's true. No tool can fix bad riding. But what this tool gave me an opportunity to do was change the conversation with my horse. Because I wasn't wrong. I was like, dude, we gotta go straight. And he was just like, I don't think so. So it gave me an opportunity to stop saying that and then have the Equiband say that and then me say something else. Like, all right, now that you're straight, let's actually do something with it. And, you know, one of the only reasons my horse can go straight down a center line is because of using the Equiband. So, like, honestly. So, basically key number one is that it is just a tool. So I just want everyone to mentally stay in that kind of vicinity where we're not, just saying like, oh, this is going to be the end all be all. It is. And that's going to tie to my tip number 3. But the point is that it is something that can help you build something else, right? Like hammers aren't the end all be all the house is. So it is just a hammer. So it's just a tool in your toolbox to help you with the things like, so for instance, it helps with rehab. And for me, it definitely helped with straightness and strength and all these things. So for me, I definitely am probably the biggest cheerleader online for the Equiband being used outside of rehab. Because even when you go to the Equiband website, they really do stick to, oh, this isn't a rehab tool. I really think that that's a limiting mindset. I used it beyond my horse's rehab, and saw amazing results. So that's where this hindsight is 2020, 2 years later video is coming into play. So, that's tip number 1, is that it's just a tool. So it's something that you can utilize to help with something else. That tool is going to help you as much or as little as you use it. So totally up to you.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Number 2 is the next strategy that I didn't really get into until a year in. So after I made the second review, was starting to use one band or 2, like, so I could use the ab band by itself, the butt band by itself, or both the bands together. Now, the reason I'm putting this one in this video is because just giving you guys food for thought on if your horse struggles more with using their hind end, then I would be focused on using the hind band and stop and maybe put a pause on the ab band and build strength in the rear and focus on that, right? When it comes to, or, you know, for instance, with the abs, like my horse struggles with, you know, lifting his body up because his back is like the saddle ends and has got like 3 inches before his butt starts. So he's like, in order to get him up, it's like, it takes both of us a lot of effort. And so I actually was using just the ab band for a while to focus on his ab strength specifically because that's what we were personally struggling with. So it's, you know, just some food for thought on, so tip number 1 is that it's a tool, right? So you want to use it for a specific outcome for a specific reason, right? So number 2 is how you can strategize about it. Because for instance, if your goal is to go straight down the center line, I personally would say that both the bands help with that specifically, right? But if you have a hard time with your horse's hind end engagement, then I would only use the butt one. And if you have a hard time with your horse carrying themselves, then I would use the ab one. So it just depends on what your issue is, what you're struggling with right now, and then what is the proper way to use the tool to help you with that specific issue. So that's number 2, is that, you know, just kind of some food for thought on using one or the other or both, and why you would change using one or more than one. So that's number 2. Number 3 is taking breaks with it. So when you build a fitness regime right at the gym, you do have your hard workout days, right? And you do have your easy workout days. And if you've gone through the Equi course with me, which is you can access in the membership site if you haven't and you want to. Point being though, if you've been through that Equi course with me, I teach you how to build a program that has ebbs and flows. But if we take out, okay, so say you're using it and you're going to use it for a couple months to build strength. What I'm trying to say about taking breaks with it is that if you zoom out and say, okay, these 3 months we're going to focus on building our ab strength, right? So what the program that you built is compensating for both the first two tips I gave you, that it's a tool and our goal is to build ab strength specifically. And then, you know, taking breaks with it, being like, okay, for these 3 months, I'm building this program so that my horse can build abs. And, you know, while using the Equiband tracker and other things that I've built for you guys in the membership site, you can start tracking the progress and actually see if it's making a difference or how fast it's making a difference, because that's really going to depend on how often you use it, how hard you're using it, how long you use it for. So there's too many variables for me to definitively say what 3 months is going to do for you. But what I'm saying is, if you use it for 3 months because you're trying to accomplish this specific goal and you're using it like a tool, like a tool in your toolbox, then after the 3 months is over, if you've accomplished the goal that you're trying to accomplish, I would also take a break from it and work without it, because it's equally as because you do not want it to become a crutch. The best example I can give of this is when I was a gymnast. If we like rolled our ankle or something, they would, of course, at first they would let you put like a some sort of ace bandage or wrap, or they would let you put something on it. But it got there, after you rehabbed it to a point, it would get to a point where if you did not take off the bandage, then your body only rehabbed as much as that extra bandage, as much as with that bandage on. And so if you took the bandage off, it was almost like you hadn't done any rehab at all. So I am using a rehab example, but that does apply in a fitness perspective, meaning that if you're using the ab band to build ab muscle and then you never take it off, then will your horse know how to use their abs without it on? There's a real chance the answer to that is no. So really what you need to do is, again, go back to number 1, which is use it like a tool. So we're going to use it for this amount of time, or, you know, make a ballpark, because we can't predict how fast or slow our horses gain muscle, right? It's kind of a long process. So we're going to do 3 months with the ab band. We're going to track it, and we're going to track our progress so that we know we actually have quantifiable evidence that it's helping and knowing how much it's helped. And then most importantly, you take it off. After you have made progress with it, then you have to take it off, because you also have to assure that that progress is both with it on and with it off. So that is the main takeaway that I've had from the Equiband in my second year, is that in my first year, my horse was rehabbing, and I used it, which I used it to rehab, super. I feel good. And then the whole reason I made the Equicourse and all the videos about the Equiband was because of how shocked I was with so they told me it was a rehab tool, which I used it for. But then they did not tell me how much it was going to help in his everyday work. Like, they did not tell me, like, they were, you know, the rehab, or the vet was like, yeah, it's a rehab tool. It helps them build muscle in a low impact way. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm rebuilding muscle. And then when I started using it when we were riding, I saw all these other benefits, right? The horse was going straighter. The horse was able to lift up more in his middle of his body, because he's like really long. And so it was all these things that the vet didn't tell me about that made me go, oh my God. And that's what made me build the Equicourse, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is not just a rehabbing tool. This is a tool that anybody could use to accomplish any mission at any point in time. So, and that's what the Equicourse is for. It's to help you build a program for like what you need to do with it. So again, I've put enough free content out online that you don't actually need to pay me for the Equicourse. You can build a program without it, but I would highly recommend that you sign up for the membership site that I built. I just built a brand new membership site for Team Fuego, and there's like 80% free stuff in there. So most of the stuff in this membership site is 100% free, and it does have a focus on the Equiband. But this is I gotta round out my reviews of the Equiband, because really, if you even compare them side by side, which you can in the membership site, you know, how I talk about this has really changed over the years. And like, you know, knowledge is power, right? With time comes information, with experience comes information. And so, I would be remiss if I didn't keep sharing the information that I was getting as I was getting it. So I really hope this has helped you understand a bit more about what the Equiband can do and how to use it. But in addition to that, like I said, there's a membership site. Link is somewhere around this video. And it's going to 100% point you in the right direction. It has all the videos I've made, the free videos I've made, curated in the right order for you to watch them. And you don't have to search around on YouTube for them, because that's how everybody was doing it before. So anyway, I hope this has helped you, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, guys. Hey guys, so an exciting announcement. I have actually made a hashtag Team Fuego membership site. And just full disclosure, like 80% of what's in this membership site is completely free. It's just a chance for me to actually be able to share things with you that I can't share on YouTube. Like, for instance, an Equiband tracker spreadsheet that I made, I was unable to distribute copies of it. But now, if you simply by logging into this membership site, that Equiband tracker is one click away. So it's giving us an opportunity to be able to share stuff that I'm not able to just share on YouTube, which is, of course, just a ton of free content and information, which I'm not going to stop doing. But this membership site gives us an opportunity to, you know, create a community where I can, you know, give you worksheets, give you PDFs, give you spreadsheets, and we don't have to fight the YouTube overlords on, you know, or I don't have to send you to Facebook Messenger to send me a secret code that then sends you a copy of it. This just cuts out that middleman. So I hope to see you there, and I'm really looking forward to not only continuing to post content on YouTube, but also be able to post content in this membership site. There is also an AMA button in the upper right-hand corner, so feel free to AMA. Ask me anything. All right, guys, I will see you there, and have a great day.